And then you wake up one day and you're like, wow, I had these big plans to do these things in life and it didn't get done, I'm pretty sure some of you that's watching this video or will watch this video, you're gonna understand what I'm talking about, right? Shalom, shalom, everyone. Gonna make a quick video, not gonna keep you long, just gonna, talk about focus, the power of focus, and how focusing and locking in, what it did for me personally. I got amazing results from it. It did wonders for me, so I'm gonna kind of go over that and kind of, go over some things maybe you can implement it in your life or in your business, and it should help you out, right? So right now I'm just walking around, man. Y'all can see the water right there. Beautiful, beautiful neighborhood. The Father, the Most High Yah, Most High God, bless me really good to have a nice house and live in a nice neighborhood. So all praises to him for that, and I thank the Father for that for sure. So I'm just taking my morning walk before I head to the gym. I go to the gym on the weekends. Well, I go to the gym all the time, as y'all can kind of tell in my content. But today's Sunday at the time of recording this video, and I'm gonna, I go to 2 gyms. So I go to Planet Fitness, that's when I'm traveling, or that gym is kind of not too far from where I live. And then I go to another one basically called Oxner Fitness. It's in the New Orleans area, right? So it's a very nice gym and has a jacuzzi and saunas and pools and all that type of stuff. I take my kids there or whatever like that whenever they're with me. But anyway, so I was just thinking this morning, and I was thinking about, focus, right? Because I woke up this morning and I got up, took me a little walk, drank me a little coffee. So I said, you know what, let me go back and get my camera and make a video talking about focus and locking in about focus, right? Because it's very, very important to focus. And I see that a lot of people, they're just not focusing. They're not locking in, right? And, man, I got up and in the morning, especially when I'm not like swamped with work, I'll, I do a lot of meditating in the morning. I do a lot of thinking, because thinking is very, very important. A lot of people just don't use their brain, their mind. You know what I mean? They don't think. They just constantly go. And they don't realize how much in the day that things are breaking their focus, right? So much time is going by. Hours and days and weeks, months and years, and it turns into, decades and all this stuff. And then you wake up one day and you're like, wow, I had these big plans to do these things in life and it didn't get done. I'm pretty sure some of you that's watching this video or will watch this video, you're gonna understand what I'm talking about, right? So, it's like, man, I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that, and I didn't get it done, So, the reason why is because you didn't really lock in and focused on it. So by you didn't focus on it, you didn't get it. Because we all get everything that we focus on, right? No matter what it is, we get it. If you focus on negativity, you will get negativity. If you focus on positivity, you will get positivity. That woman that you wanted, that you have, not wanted, but you have, I promise you, you focused on that type of woman, and that's what you got. That husband or man that you got, you focused on that, and that's what you got. That business that you have currently, or that job that you have currently, even though you want, or you say you want the business, but you might have a job, I promise you, you focused on the job, and that's why you have the job. Whether you focused on a job because you was thinking about, man, I got to pay my bills, I got to pay my bills, I got to pay my bills, and you kind of probably was a little scared or doubtful that you would, if you start the business, that it might not work out for you. So by default, you got the job because that's what you've been focusing on. That's what you've been meditating on. And by you've been meditating on that, that's what you got. So we get everything in life that we focus on, right? If you want to lose weight, you'll lose weight. But you got to focus on it, right? You got to get up in the morning. You got to fast, not eat to a certain time. You got to focus on a good diet. You got to focus on working out, whether it's going to the gym, stuff like that. You have to focus on eating the right diet, right? Not eating a bunch of junk and a bunch of trash, right? So once again, whatever we focus on, we will get. If you're in sales, maybe, like me, myself, I'm in the trucking industry, right? For those of you that watch my content, so I do sales as well. Part of my business is sales, right? So when I focus on getting new clients, I get them. When I focus on getting new drivers, I get them. But if I just say I want and need drivers, or I say that I want and need new clients, that doesn't mean that I'm going to get them. I have to actually focus on getting them, right? And then and only then it'll happen, right? So I posted a thing on Instagram or whatever, and Twitter, basically about, be, do, have. So the concept is you have to become the person first to do the thing, and then and only then you will have the results in the end, right? So what do I focus on personally, Marco Perkins, right? That gets me the success that I have today. And I'm not coming from a position of like, oh, I'm so successful. A lot of it is just, my success that I love so much and that I'm so grateful for is being able to, like one of the biggest things is just not making a lot of mistakes that I used to make, right? So I can speed up the curve to getting things done, whatever it is that I'm looking to get done. I don't know if anybody on the channel has probably heard me talk about the theory of constraints, but basically, whenever you get rid of a lot of constraints, you'll actually get to success a lot faster. A lot of people think they have to do more, but sometimes, most of the time, they just need to get rid of a bunch of constraints that they have, right? A bunch of problems, a bunch of stuff that's like holding them back, whether it's financial things that's holding them back, whether it's, people holding them back, whether it's health issues, whether it's they just, spending their time the wrong way, whatever it is, right? They just need to get rid of a bunch of constraints, And I'm keep moving the camera, I'm swapping arms, man, because my shoulders are burning. I worked out my shoulders the other day and they kind of burning out a little bit. But anyway, so what do I focus on, me personally, right? I focus on becoming, right, more than anything, right? So I don't really trip too much when it comes down to the going through a lot of problems and not having immediately. Now the goal is to have. That's the end. That's like I don't like to say the end goal, but like that's the ultimate goal is to have. So it has to be in order. You have to become the person to do the work. Then and only then you will have what you want to have. So let's take it to business, right? If you want to have a $30,000 a month business, okay? And say you want to have a trucking business, all right? You want to have trucks, multiple trucks. Okay. You have to become the person that will learn and understand how to run a trucking business. And you're going to have to go through some things. You're going to have to learn how to manage money. You're going to have to learn how to, keep on trucks. You're going to have to learn how to manage drivers and communicate with drivers and learn wisdom, right? Learn what type of trucks you need to buy and need to have. You're going to have to learn how to, deal with maintenance and credit, and it's a bunch of stuff, right? And then once you learn these things and you start becoming the man or woman to do the work, then you're gonna have to do the work for a while, right? Like, it's not gonna just happen, right? Like, you're gonna have to do the work for a while. You might have to do that a year, 2 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 15 years, depending on your goal, right? Now watch this. A lot of people, they'll quit. They're not patient, right? I used to be that guy, wasn't patient, right? I would always, grind and work my tail off, but I had a problem with I wanted it so fast. And I get it, I still want it fast, but learning patience, going through what I was going through, and, going through the pain, the bankruptcies, yes, I said plural, bankruptcies, right? Going through, the things of, child support and going to jail and prison and, all these different things, right? All of these things taught me lessons, and it created the man who I am today to have a lot more patience, a lot more understanding, a whole lot of more wisdom. And what did that do? That helped me what? Become, right? So now, when I do the work, smooth sailing, right? So I had to go through to help me become, right? And once I became the man for this level that I'm on now, right? Now I gotta, learn how to become a different man to get to the level that I wanna go to, which is my personal goals that I truly believe the Most High Yah, Most High God called me to be. So now I have to, when it's time for me to level up, in His time, His will, right? It's not on, not on my time. Then I gotta become a different man. But I went through the things that I went through to become the man that I had to become, to do the work that I need to do so I can stay in position, hold that position, work it and work that thing, right? And then, and only then, like now, I have what I have. Whether it's, spiritual, mental gifts, physical, whatever, right? We're all going after different things. But, so, you who are watching, maybe you're in a season of going through it, right? You might want to quit. You might feel like it's not coming fast enough. It's not working fast enough. It's not getting done fast enough, right? The results are not, the results is just not there yet. I promise you. Like my good brother, Uncle Myron says, if it's not working for you, it's definitely working on you. And you can believe all works, right? Like the scripture says, all works. So stay in there, stay right there. Stay in there, put in the work, right? Sun, I'm trying to get the sun so y'all can see me. Put in the work, right? Get it in. Keep rolling, keep going. Keep putting in that work. And I promise you, it's working on you. You are becoming the man or the woman that you need to become, that you're supposed to become, so you can do the work. So you can, when you get in position, you're gonna be able to stay there. You're not gonna fall. You're gonna have that endurance. You're gonna have that stamina. You're gonna have that win. You're gonna have that wisdom, right? You're gonna have all the things that you need, so when you get there, you don't fall, right? Because let me tell you something, personally, coming from me, turn around. Coming from me, let me tell you, it doesn't feel good when you get there and you lose it. Or you get there and you have to get out of position, right? Or you fall. Let me tell you, you don't want that. You don't want to get there and then lose it or fall. I promise you, it doesn't feel good. I've been there. I know how it feels to have it, right? Me making the money, right? Have the tongue tied, doggone thing kind of spooked me out in the bushes just now, but accomplishments, whatever. I don't know what's going on with my tongue. But to have it, right? And I know how it feels to lose it. And people look at you like, oh man, you went from this, now, like, you don't have none of that no more. You don't have your cars, you don't have your motorcycles, you don't have your women, you don't have, like, oh my God, what happened, bro? Your business is gone. You're working for other people. Yeah, me, yeah. I went all the way down like that, But watch this. I appreciate everything I went through. Everything. I'm so grateful for it, because now the power that I've gained, the wisdom that I've gained, the endurance that I've gained, I'm Gucci now, baby. So stay in position, all right? Stay in position. Do the work. Focus on becoming. Lock in. Focus on becoming, right? Don't focus on everything else that's out there. Don't worry about it. Focus on becoming the person that you need to become, so you can do the work, so you can have what you want to have. All right? So, with that being said, shalom, shalom. Peace, peace.